What's going on, y'all? Coach Paul here with another training shoe review for the NoBull High Top Trainer. So in a world of huge name brands like Nike, Adidas, Reebok, Under Armour, it's really cool to see small startup brands enter into the market and do really well and see how they differentiate themselves compared to those really big brands. One of those brands is NoBull, a brand that I've been seeing more of online through advertisements over the past couple of years. I've seen more of their shoes and their clothing in gyms and in competitions. And NoBull is a brand that brands itself as a no bullshit, no excuses, just results through hard work kind of brand. Aesthetically or stylishly, they kind of branded themselves as a lifestyle brand that is very, very simple but yet well performing, looks really good, but also is really good to train hard in the gym. Kind of like a tough, rugged Lululemon for CrossFitters, weightlifters, and strength and conditioning athletes. They also created these shoes which they call no gimmicks, nothing fancy, no tricks, just a basic, well-performing shoe. I usually train in variations of the Nike Metcons, but I've been seeing this shoe and it's really intriguing me. One, because it takes me back to my days of squatting and deadlifting in Chuck Taylors, and also I love the shoes that they make because they're shoes that they've created that you can wear athleisurely, but also, and maybe even dress them up even more than wear on a normal day-to-day basis, but also shoes that you could take into the gym. The high top trainers really intrigue me because it makes you ask, well, why train in a high top shoe? But NoBull has really answered that question with, hey, why not create a shoe that people really like high tops, like people prefer living in high tops? Why don't we create a training shoe that for those people that enjoy high tops that can still perform well? So first, thoughts on the shoe as I put them on. The shoe is very minimal, but I've said in other videos that I really like minimal shoes. I'm used to the minimal feel. It feels like this outsole is actually thinner than a Metcon, where a Metcon's like thicker, firm, stiff. This is thinner, firm, and a little bit more flexible because it is thinner. The shoe itself is more narrow than a Metcon. So as I put this on, when I put this on, the sides of my feet, not uncomfortably, expand a little bit underneath here, but and compared to a Metcon, but it's nothing terrible. The shoe doesn't have, like I said, no tricks. Once you take out this insole is pretty much the only arch support that you get. When you take this out, it's nothing else except for the shape of the shoe, and then once you tie it, it kind of cinches everything in. There's also a heel cup on the back, so as you tighten the shoe, it locks you in to the heel, so you actually feel pretty stable in this shoe. The material itself, they have this it seems like a pretty cool, I forgot what they call it, but it's a beaded upper that's supposed to withstand hard workouts, and there's also holes in the tongue to help with the breathability of the shoe. Just because, I don't know, maybe because it's a high top, it's just everything's more enclosed and my feet do warm up, but nothing more than I actually expected. Nothing fancy with the laces, just good reinforced eye holes for those laces so they don't start ripping. Or so sizing wise, I'm a 12 in Metcons, 12 and a half in Nike Metcon Freeze and Flyknits, and 12 and a half in my running shoes. I guess you would say my true size is a 12. I got these in a 12 and they fit kind of perfectly. Almost a little too perfectly, where I tried the 12 and a half and the 12 and a half was too floppy. And the 12 was compared a lot better. And then as I started wearing the shoes more and more, for a couple days of wearing them, everything, it became like a booty around my foot. So let's talk about how the shoe performed. The shoe actually performed a lot better than I thought it was gonna perform. I thought it was just, you know, a shoe for style. I thought I was gonna shift around a lot. I thought it was gonna possibly be too stiff, but I went through a couple different workouts in these. One was some moderately heavy squats and deadlifts, nothing too crazy. Some push jerks, some snatch technique, in a deload block on my training, so not going too crazy on the lifts. But I also had another workout where I did 50 calories on the rower, 40 dumbbell snatches, 30 box jump variations, 20 overhead walking lunges with a dumbbell on each leg, and then 10 weighted pistol squats on each leg. And then I ran a mile, and then I did the whole thing over again. So how did the shoe perform? In squats, deadlifts, as expected, real solid shoe. I like feeling the ground underneath me, no give, as expected, in a very minimal outsole as these are equipped with. But where it actually performed pretty well was in more explosive movements. So I did split jerks, I did push jerks, I did box jumps, and I did those lunges, and I felt very secure, and I didn't feel shifty. I felt really locked into the shoe. My power transfer into the ground felt really good. Some shoes that are a little bit too soft, I can feel some give or some shift, and I won't feel as confident in my lifts, but I felt really confident in my lifts training in this shoe. Where I thought that possibly the high top would restrict movement, because you would think that most training shoes today are low tops because you need good ankle flexibility, mobility, flexion in the ankles to go deep in squats and pistol squats. Well, I wore these in pistol squats and regular squats, and I actually had mobility where it was perfectly fine, and I was able to go through the movements very well and very effectively. Other thoughts on this shoe? I've had a lot of compliments over the past couple weeks that I've had these. People are like, oh, those are nice shoes. What shoes are those? Or people said, hey, I've seen those NoBulls. What do you think of them? So, and I really only have good things to say. The bottom of this shoe also has a really cool tread. The bottom of the shoe also has a pretty durable tread. So bottom of the shoe also has a pretty good tread on it, has good traction, good grip. I didn't run in the rain or anything, and I didn't, the floors I have are rubber floors over here, so I can't really say anything about any slippage. Choose this shoe over another shoe. It all comes down to personal preference, and I'm sorry to give a cop-out answer on that. It really comes down to, as someone that wears training shoes all the time, every single day, sometimes I just like to switch it up. Sometimes I just, if you're the type that cares about aesthetics just as much as performance, these are a great shoe to have if you like high top trainers, if you like the high top look. I haven't tried the low top trainers yet, but I'm gonna give those a shot and just see how those feel. I just like the high top trainers, and I love the fact that I can teach classes, go through movements, and wear these while I'm training people. Also, and I can wear these for my own workout. Where these might fit in, it'd be a good vacation, a good travel shoe, where, hey, I'm going to wear a shoe that I want to kind of wear around all day and not feel like I'm just wearing gym shoes, but then also take them through a workout. So the best way I can also describe these shoes, just like I would say like Lululemon for strength and conditioning athletes. I also look at these shoes like Vans for like basic, classic, simple shoes, but Vans that you can do some deadlifts and some squats in and even run if you have to. Oh, I forgot to talk about the run. One on the run. My knees and my ankles and my feet are used to running in minimal shoes, so I was perfectly fine doing a mile run on these. Would I run more than a mile just for the fun of it in these shoes? No. I'm gonna throw on another pair of running shoes, but if I had a workout that had a short mile or less run in it with some heavy lifting in it, these would be a perfect shoe to wear. So overall, I love the shoe. One, for how it looks. Two, that it performs well in the workouts that I do. And three, also for the brand. I like connecting myself to brands that have good messages, and I like how NoBull kind of brands itself and creates a community outside of the big brands. Let me know if you have any thoughts on these shoes or if you've tried these shoes. Well, again, the only bad things I could really say about this shoe is that it's narrow and your feet can heat up. So if you have white feet and really care about how your feet heat up in a workout, but your feet are gonna really heat up in any shoe, give these shoes a shot. So those are my thoughts on this shoe. If I don't like a shoe, I always send it back. This shoe I'm gonna keep in my arsenal of shoes and probably get the mid tops and the low tops, because again, I just like how they look. So, and they perform pretty well. All right, y'all, if you tried these shoes, let me know what your thoughts are. If you have any questions about the shoe, let me know, and take care. I'll talk to you later.